Aoife, good to see you. How do you look back on the victory over Brighton and how important is it to build on that now?
We're really pleased with the victory yesterday against Brighton. It was away, so obviously we were travelling down, and we were so determined that we were going to put in a performance that would get the 3 points. And thankfully we were able to do that yesterday. I think in some ways it was a game of two halves. We played some great football in the first half, and in the second half we had to show a bit more of our character. And so to come away with a 2-0 win and the 3 points is really encouraging.
And you had a couple of chances. We're disappointed not to see them go in.
A few people have said that to me, actually. I did have a few sort of half chances off corners, and I guess that's why we have players further up the pitch that can actually finish their chances. So thankfully we had lots of players showing their class on the day. Hayley and V, the two goal scorers, and so that's great for them and obviously good for the team as well.
Mark talked about the aggression that he wants to see in both boxes. Is that something you guys have been working on in training and something you're looking to put into practice more and more in matches?
Definitely. Mark spoke before the game, like you said, about aggression and also talking about earning the right to play football. We knew that a strength of Brighton would be that they would be organised and they would be aggressive off the ball, and so we felt that if we were going to give ourselves a chance to win the game, we would have to at least match that. And so we tried to take Mark's words into the game, and I think that actually came off, and so we did have ideas of what we wanted to do on the ball and how we wanted to impose ourselves, but we also needed to show some character as well. And so it felt like a game where we were able to bring in a little bit of everything, and that's why we're quite pleased with the win.
And you started every game this season. What's pleased you most about your form, would you say?
What's pleased me most is that I feel like we are going in the right direction as a team. Yesterday's performance is indicative of where we want to go, and the types of performances that we want to put in. And so for me to be able to be on the pitch, to be part of that, and to help the team perhaps go on that journey, it is really exciting for me personally.
And you've obviously worked with Mark before, back with him this season. How's it been? And do you remember sort of the stuff you did together, and is it nice to be reunited and progress further here?
Definitely. I still remember being coached under him at Birmingham, and even after he left Birmingham, and me too, occasionally I would drop him a message of something that had come into my head that he would have told me, or something that I'd found interesting about what he said. I remember clearing an old laptop and finding notes that I'd made from his analysis sessions, and so it's a great privilege for me to be able to be coached by him again. And I think that his ideas will come into fruition as we continue to progress through this season. We have to, like you said earlier, continue to show that aggression and that character in our performances across the whole of the 90 minutes to get results like we did yesterday.
And you've been captain in the absence of Katie at times. Is that something you enjoy? Like that, you seem like a natural leader as well, but do you enjoy that role, that responsibility?
I think I feel the weight of the responsibility when I have had a chance to wear the armband for the club. It is something I enjoy, but I know that the best way I can help the team is firstly by putting in a solid performance myself. There's lots of leaders on the pitch. You've mentioned Katie, Mary is another one, Lucy's another one. And so it feels like a real sort of shared leadership, if you like. And Katie leads the way in that respect, and obviously when she's not on the pitch it will be one of the rest of us, but hopefully it comes across that there's lots of us that want to take responsibility for our personal performances and also for the results for the team.
Definitely. And Conti Cup coming up, Everton away on Wednesday. Still plenty to play for if we can get a result and other results go our way, so presumably you'll be looking to build on the Brighton performance with another strong one.
Definitely, we want to take the energy from yesterday's performance into the Everton game. We know that it's not completely in our hands whether we get out of the group, but we know that there's still a chance, and so we have to control what we can control, which is a solid and committed performance towards getting the 3 points. We've played Everton in the WSL this season. There was moments of frustration that we took from that game because we went 1-0 up and ended up drawing the game. But I know for sure that we will watch that footage like we already have, and the tactical game plan will be in place to try and build on that performance. and try and put in a performance that's worthy of the 3 points.
What do you expect from Everton? Because when we played them, they just got their new manager, haven't they? I presume they'll have progressed a bit more, but what are you expecting from them?
I'm expecting lots of quality on the pitch. In that game that we played before, there were some tactical things that they did in an interesting way. For me as a defender, they asked questions of our back line that I wasn't expecting from other teams. And so there was definitely some adjustments and some adaptations that I had to try and think about. So that's just me personally, how I see it. And then as a team, we know that they will have lots of quality. We know that they can show grit when they need to show grit. We know that they have individual quality players as well. And so ultimately we have to be at our best selves. We have to be firing on all cylinders, and we have to be able to put in a performance like we did against Brighton yesterday.
And you were runner-up in this competition with Birmingham 2016. What are your memories of that run, and how important is it? A cup run can be a real confidence boost, can't it? At the end of the day, it's silverware.
Definitely. There's 2 domestic cup competitions, and so with the Continental Cup being one of them, you know, it's obviously something that everyone would want to win because it's a trophy. Like you've said, I did have a chance to get all the way to the final before with a different team, and so it would be amazing to be able to go on that full journey with Man United.
And we know you're fans' favourite. What would you say finally about the support that you've had home and away from the fans?
The support that's been shown to me personally has been really surprising and heartwarming, actually. And as a team, we hear the fans a lot. Let's say yesterday at Brighton, how many hours away is that from Manchester for them to travel? I don't know, 5 maybe. And so for it to almost feel like a home game because they're so loud, we feel like we have to repay that with our performances and with our wins. And so they're a big feature, and we talk about them, and we talk about, you know, respecting the fact that they're spending their time coming to watch us. And so yeah, I'm really pleased that you've said that and you've picked up on that, because I think that the fans are a big part of any sport.
And one more question, just looking these 2 games we've got before the break, essentially, how determined is everyone to kind of sign off for the year with 2 good results and strong performances? We're
really keen to finish this calendar year with 2 more wins if we can. It's part of a 3-game week, so there's not loads of rest in between the games, and so, you know, we have to think about recovery, we have to, you know, think about preparation into each game as it comes really quickly. So we've got Everton on Wednesday and then Villa to finish off on Sunday. And wouldn't it be great if we could put in the performances and get the wins from those games?